So welcome everybody. Today I'm going to cover the reindex and aliases as well. So we are going to start with aliases. As every day, I will share the code that I'm using for the demo, and everything is running here on cloud. So you can just do the same thing that I'm doing here. So let me remove this one. So I have already indexed a dataset into Elasticsearch, and I have used the sample dataset that we have that you can find in the home page. And in this dataset, I have that number of documents, so almost 4,000 documents here, more than 4,000 documents. The first thing I want to do is to create an alias named e-commerce here, because it will be easier actually to type. So to create an alias, you just have to call the alias API on a given index and give it the alias name that you want to use. So once it's done, I can now search using the alias instead of the concrete index. And as you can see, I have obviously the right number of documents. There is the cat API. The cat API with the aliases parameter is always useful. So you can have an overview of what are the aliases on the concrete index where this alias is going to. Let's have a look at the e-commerce document that we have. So we take one of the documents, and in this document, we can see that we have this GYP continent name, which represents for each product that we have in our e-commerce index, the continent of the given sales operation. So if I look at the continent names that I have with this aggregation, I can see that I have some documents in Asia, North America, Europe, and Africa, and South America. And let's say that I have salespeople who are responsible for Europe, for Africa, or whatever. So we can create virtual indices for each continent, the same way that we did previously. So this is the concrete index name, the alias API, and I want to create an alias named e-commerce Asia. And the difference with what we have seen before is that we can have a built-in filter. Here I want to filter only documents where continent name is Asia actually. And I'm doing the same thing for North America, Europe, etc. So let me call all that. So now I have a virtual index. If I look at the indices and the aliases that I have, I can see that my e-commerce Europe is going to the Kibana sample data e-commerce, same as Asia, same as Africa. But when I'm searching for Europe here, I'm not giving any filter, but you can see that everything has been filtered out automatically. So this is super convenient. And everything, yes, is in Europe actually. So this is super convenient when you want to reduce what a given user can have access to. So here, if I have a salesperson who have access only to this alias, then he will see only that subset, even though I'm not specifying the filter here, because it's built in. You can use also aliases for time series data. So let's create here an index template. We have covered the component templates and index templates already in the previous session. So I'm creating this index template. So for every index which name will start with demo alias 2030, then I will apply this template. So a mapping with two fields here and an alias, which is going to be a read alias, which has also the filter that I mentioned before. So you can do that. So I created it already. I'm going to create an index for a first day. So it's 26th of December here. And I'm going to create a read alias. A write alias, sorry. So a write alias is here the demo alias current day that I'm applying on this concrete index name. And now I can post a document into this write alias. So let's create the first document here. And as you can see, we are creating the document within the concrete index name, which is the 26th of December. If we search for documents in the alias 2030, so the full year, we can see that we have access to this document. This has been done by the index template. And we can also search for the current day, and we have the same result because we have only one document so far. So let's say that I want to move to the next date, and which is happening when you have daily indices here. So let's create a new index for the day after, the 27th of December. And I need to switch the alias. So basically what I'm doing with this action, I'm calling the alias API, and I want to perform two actions. One is to remove this demo alias current day from this old daily index. And the other operation is to add the same alias name to the new index that I created. This operation is atomic, which means that you won't suffer for any disruption here, interruption. And if I'm now creating a new document for the current day, I don't know what the concrete index name is actually, but here I know that I can see that it's actually the next day. So it's super easy to understand that you just have to think as a developer to post your documents to the right alias, which is demo alias current day here, and everything will be done behind the scene for you. If I search within the yearly alias, I can see that I have my both documents for the 26th and the 27th. And of course, if I search for the current day, then I can see that I have only the last document that I sent. Okay, so that's a very good practice. Use write alias and read aliases all the time. It's really a good thing to have, a good practice, a best practice, I would say, to have aliases all the time for your indices. So let's switch now to the reindex operations. So I'm going so what reindex is doing, basically, it's scrolling the data set that you have, and for each document, it's reading the source field, which contains the JSON document, and then it's sending that back to the destination index using the bulk API. But because it's doing that, it does not provide any mapping. It does not copy the mapping from the source. So you have to manually define the mapping that you want to use for your destination. So this is what I'm doing here. And then I'm going to reindex the e-commerce data set. So remember, this was the alias name that I was using. And I'm going to copy that alias into demo reindex e-commerce. And here I'm using slice equal to as a parameter. What it means that it's going to do in parallel two operations of scrolling the data set. So it's going to split this scroll thing into two different parallel tasks. And then for each document, again, it's going to bulk the content into to the new index. So here I have the first slide, on the second slice, sorry. This is what you can see here. Of course, if I'm searching within the document, I can see that I have my whole result set again. If we look at the content, we have a lot of data here. Again, this is what we saw previously. What we can do while we are reindexing the dataset, we can actually transform the JSON document. Because we are reading the source, we can use here an ingest pipeline to remove some of the fields that we don't want to have in the destination index. So let's delete the index again, and let's run a reindex. So this time I'm going to use auto. Auto slicing means it's going to use one slice per chart that you have in the source index. And the destination index is still the demo reindex e-commerce, but now I'm specifying here the pipeline that I want to use, so the demo reindex that is. So for each document, it's going through the pipeline. And if I'm searching the dataset again, I can see that I still have the same number of documents, but now my source document is much lighter than it was because we have removed a lot of stuff that we don't need anymore. Of course, once again, the e-commerce alias is the main alias, I would say, because I'm happy with this reindexation. I can switch the alias from the old dataset to the new one. So I have the new data set here, and then I can remove my old data set. So that's all what I have for today.